Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. I hope you're all doing well and having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day today. Let me know how the volume is. I'm doing another lo-fi day, testing the waters for a second time with like these KK Slider Animal Crossing covers. We'll see how it goes. The last one with the Chaperone one went very well. I had no problems with it, but even if I do get claimed down the road, like I really don't even care that much. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, let me know how the volume ratio is so I can fix it if it's necessary at all. I hope you can hear it good. Let me switch over as well. Today's primary focus is just going to be scanning in villagers, because we talked about this in the last stream whenever I went villager hunting, and I'm just really, oh, did it freeze? Are we good? Are we safe? Are we safe, friends? It just does that sometimes. But anyways, I couldn't find Peaches, so I went ahead and I took Cherry. I needed her, And then I've got a handful of other villagers that I still need to get. It's nighttime on my island. I need to fix that. I've got a handful of other villagers that I still need, but to be honest, I just do not have the time or the patience to continue hunting like I normally would, so I'm just gonna scan in some amiibo cards. And I forgot about this, but it does take a couple of days per villager, so this will be kind of a time-consuming process. So let me say hello to everyone, by the way. Hello Coda, hello Rose, hello Shiver, hello Rich, hello Captain Price, hello Nuggy, welcome in. And yeah, the first one was Mr. Brightside, and now we have Dancing Queen by ABBA. How are you guys? I hope you're well. This is definitely a huge experiment, and this is like a very risky thing to be using these songs that are remixed, but like, if it works, that is so much fun. Oh, you know how I was talking about the wedding M&Ms, by the way? I wasn't kidding. Like, I mean, I've eaten a bunch of these and I've shared them with other people, but there's like that much left in the bag. Like, isn't that just the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Okay, let's go ahead and time travel and then fix it. It's technically the next day now, but I do need to make it like earlier in the day just because I would prefer that. I was just thinking, aren't the songs copyrighted? Technically speaking, they kind of are. However, like with the Chaperone ones, they were fine. I had no problem with it. And so I'm testing the waters further today. Today's riskier though, for sure. Hello, Sinrose, and hello, Anthony. Welcome in. I mean, worst comes to worst, I've got to like turn off the monetization or something if they don't take away whatever. Like I'll deal with it if I have to, but right now we're gonna vibe and we're gonna enjoy it. There's only a couple of these. Like here, I'll check the playlist. I added a few at the beginning. The rest of it is the Dan and Phil lo-fi music. First one was Mr. Brightside. This one is Dancing Queen, and the next one is Take On Me. Okay. Ideally, I feel like around 3 p.m. is a good time for doing that. I'm so annoyed that I can't scan them though with the little thumb grip on there, because that little strawberry thumb grip is so cute. It just gets in the way. Oh, if anybody would like an M&M, I don't know how loud that is, sorry. If you'd like an M&M, you can have one, but only if you've liked the live stream. If you've liked the stream, you can have an M&M. This is for you. This one is for you. And this one also is for you. I can't tilt my hand, otherwise I'll drop them. I already did? Thank you. I appreciate that. How's everybody's day been, by the way? It's been a good day on my end. I've been in one of those moods where I've been like, just really into my musical theater roots. Like, I've had a lot of, you know, time to myself. You know how, like, I mean, there's plenty of people that wouldn't judge you, but you know how sometimes it can be extra nerve-wracking to just, like, try and sing when you're at home if there's other people? That's how I normally feel, so I wouldn't do it. But I just have been practicing a lot today, and it's been really fun. And also, can we just talk about how difficult the riff is in Defying Gravity? Because, like, I just cannot emphasize it enough. So wait, before I lose it, where is... Okay, there's Chrissy's amiibo. Okay, cool. Hello, Megs. Welcome in. I'm pretty good. I love theater. What's your favorite musical? I feel like that's a really hard question, so if you feel like you have to list a couple, I agree. Like, I can't answer it either. I have to list a couple. And even then, I still really need to think about it. Look at, of course, Fan Before the Movie. I haven't seen the Broadway production of it, but I did see, like, you know how there was, like, a couple of times where it would, like, there was, like, a Broadway tour version? I've seen the tour version a couple of times, but that's it. So it's the Chaperone flag. I didn't make that. I just downloaded it, but I thought it was really cute. Now, I believe, Megs, didn't you say that I have to craft something for them and invite them like 3 different times to get them to move in? Lexi loves the music. Hello, Nuclear Seagull, welcome in. I'm so glad you like it. It is a huge experiment, but like if this somehow goes very well, I will absolutely use these here and there in the future. Just not like every stream, just because I feel like realistically that could get like, that could probably get me in trouble. I don't know, it's just interesting because the channel that makes these says in the description, or at least that I've seen, that there shouldn't be any problems copyright-wise, and if there is, to contact them, because they're the ones that like remix it enough. And I think when it comes to songs, like if you change them enough, sometimes you're okay. Like it just depends on what you do and how much you change it. So the Broadway show last year, and I'm seeing the touring show, It Better Be next year. It's been a while since I've seen the tour, but I've seen, I think, like at least 2 or 3 times. I've also seen Phantom of the Opera on tour. Why do I keep going over here to get to my campsite? What's wrong with me? It's over here. And that's another thing. Speaking of my little musical singing session earlier, I was sending my friend Fairy Queens an audio of me singing For Good from Wicked, and then I accidentally burped in the middle of it, but I just sent it anyways. And then here we have the rest of the music, just because I can't do the other ones like throughout the whole stream, so I feel like that would 100% get me in trouble. After dinner, I'm going to finally take the time to put my clothes away. I don't know about you, but I tend to put my clothes on my computer chair. Honestly, I don't judge with that. My only thing is like, if you're gonna keep your clothes in piles, at least make sure that you know which clothes are the clean pile and which one's like the dirty pile. Like make sure you know which is which, otherwise I don't judge, I get it. I've been there plenty of times. Love that, Fairy wouldn't mind. She really wouldn't. Oh, we were also laughing about that line in, I think it was in Dancing Through Life, where it says, where I can't even say it without laughing. But the part where she's like, me and bonk, where she just says bonk so aggressively for some reason. Like everything else sounds like very pretty and normal, and then she goes, bonk. Like, it's so funny. They're all clean, I just haven't been home to put them away. Valid. I really hope you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that, because if you don't, I'm gonna be really embarrassed. I didn't check what I needed for the wooden box, so I probably don't have the supplies. But it's fine. Oh, it's probably, yep, there it is. I was not paying enough attention, was I? Oh yeah, be sure that you're on live chat so that way you're not missing any of the messages. Because with Top Chat, it does have a tendency to hide some of the messages, and it's interesting because it hides the most random messages, like, and it labels them as, oh, we're hiding spam messages, but really they're just the most random messages in the chat. Like, I feel like it's their way of excusing being able to censor people. Me and Bach. If you're okay with that, I'm gonna pin that. I'm gonna do it. If you want me to take that down, let me know. I'm gonna preface this with, this is not my next island theme, but I feel like it'd be fun if somebody did a Wicked themed island. Plenty of people have done Wizard of Oz islands, but I want somebody to do a Wicked island. I feel like that'd be fun. Okay, I was like, why is the next song taking so long to start? Sometimes it just delays a little bit. While I'm here, I'm gonna grab other crafting materials to make this process a little bit easier. And then probably grab some of those too, because sometimes there are some crafting materials that need them. Tomorrow's gonna be a really rainy day, so I'm gonna take the time to relax and reset. It hasn't been rainy today per se, but it's been like very cloudy and very windy. I said, don't mind, I do that someday. I just need to. You should. If you did that, you need, if you do that at all ever, give me the dream address and I will tour that on a video. I will. I rarely do tour videos. I haven't done them in like ages. I mainly do them on streams from time to time now, but still. In fact, who here remembers that whenever I would like post those periodically where I toured islands. I do. One sec, baby, you're good. Those videos are so old when you think about it. And my go-to thing for the thumbnail was to take like a pretty screenshot, maybe like edit it and put like a slight filter over it if I felt like I wanted to make it aesthetically pleasing in some way. Just put the island name and then maybe the dream address in the middle of the thumbnail. And then we're good to go. I still remember my OG island wasn't even technically my OG island. It was like the first island name that I chose. But the very first time that I made one, I was so painfully anxious filming that video for the very first time ever. And then I just didn't even save. And I literally cannot fathom to you how angry I was whenever I realized it. We just talked about how delicious her sandwich looks. It looks like it has like some kind of a turkey cheese, lettuce, tomato situation. Not bacon though, that doesn't look like bacon. You gave me a fedora. Here. Milady. And back. Welcome back. If me eating M&Ms starts to sound obnoxious, please tell me so I can stop because I don't want to be gross. I was trying so hard to eat that quietly. Your beef dinner's ready. You're good. What are you having though? Because you know me, if you tell me that you're eating a meal of any kind when you watch my stream, I'm gonna be nosy and I'm gonna ask what it is. I'm not gonna judge because I'm not a mean-spirited person. I'm just nosy. I don't remember if I've talked about it already, so forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but I'm like 99% sure that the dream address for this island is going to be set in August, just because I feel like the grass color is very pretty at that time. Like that's when it's like very bright green, not like the PP snotgrass green, but like the pretty vibrant green. The snotgrass green grass. I said it so many times. You get the point. We don't want that one. And that happens, I believe, like right after August. Oh, do we have anybody in chat, by the way, that likes Fleetwood Mac? Because I have a Fleetwood Mac themed sweater on. You can't really see the designs from here because it's like cut off, but I promise it's there. Hello, Sedef, welcome in. I just realized I could try this. I'm gonna chew an M&M and then see if like the mic thing goes up and it moves to show that it's picking up sound. Hold on. Interesting. Like basically, I don't know how else to explain it, but it's got like a colorful sliding bar. Ew, I just gleeked. Ew. Please tell me y'all know what that is. I was chewing and then it went like, wait, and it went like right on my camera. I'm sorry, I basically just spit on all of you. I'm good. I accidentally just spit on the chat though. And what I was trying to explain though is all the things such as like desktop audio, my mic, so on and so forth. There's like a colorful sliding bar that like moves up and down depending on how much sound is being used and picked up. Let me just take this fedora off, by the way. So I deliberately put one in my mouth and I focused on chewing kind of close to the mic, and it didn't seem to pick it up. New game from Creators of Wildflowers looks so good. I literally, I'm not even kidding, I pulled up the wholesome snack thing on YouTube on my computer and then I completely forgot that I had it on there, so I have to go back and watch it now. That's embarrassing. Don't tell me about it though, because it'll be spoiled for me. I will go and watch it though, I promise. Maybe it only picks up crunching sounds. I mean, I feel like an M&M is kind of crunchy. Did y'all hear anything whenever I did it? Just because, like, I know y'all are also very nice people and you're not gonna, like, make fun of me for eating. So obviously, we're all human, we eat. But I also just don't want to be disgusting. That's why I'm asking so much about it and making a huge deal out of it. Coda, I don't think you've been to any of my, like, past, like, longer streams. But literally on those, if they were like long enough where I needed to have a lunch break in them, I would literally just put on BRB stream, put on a specific shorter playlist just for that. And I would chat with everybody while I ate because I get so concerned about eating near the mic. I feel like as long as it's not things like a soup that requires like slurping it away, because that sounds gross. And then something that's not like insanely crunchy. I feel like as long as it's not either of those, it's probably not that bad. Oh, hey, Queen. I really wish there were more like pink horse villagers. She has like the pink hair, and then Peaches is just solid pink, but I wish there were more of them. Would have been very useful for this island. This is definitely just like a siblings type of deal, but I remember when I was younger, my sisters and I would like collectively make fun of each other for like how loud we would chew. Like she would be like, oh, I can hear you chewing. I'd be like, yeah, well, I can hear you too. You're loud. And I feel like that's like ingrained in my head because that was like a thing we did for years. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how I want to word this. I'm trying to do a poll. Okay. Not that this matters. I just thought that that was funny. Like that's been my whole thing lately, is laughing at the me and Bach line. Oh, but you know what sounds so good? Not to be changing the subject, but like just things that I'm craving. I feel like baked mac and cheese, but with bacon mixed in. That would be delicious. Let me see what that shell bed needs. It better not be a super complicated thing. 5 giant clams, and I have everything else. Okay. Well, I guess I've just got to start looking. That's going to be annoying, though, because giant clams are so specific to find. Imagine I said that, and then, like, the first few that I found were all giant clams. I need giant clams. Oh, wait. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. 1, 2. And then we got whatever this is. Hopefully there's some on the other beach, because if not, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Technically speaking, if they were mailed to me, that would also work. I just don't want to time travel because then I'm gonna have to re-invite her all over again. And like, as long as I can get the thing crafted, we'll be good right now. But that would be more ideal. We love Apple. Apple is a huge Chapel Roan fan, and you can't change my mind. Wrapping up gifts right now. I made a big dragon for my friend using a free pattern and bought her a sketchbook. That's so sweet. I feel like handmade gifts are such an underrated thing. Because like, no matter what it is, like the fact that somebody thought of you and put in the time, energy, and then money to buy supplies for something, whatever it is that they made, like, that just, I feel like, means so much more. I need to get to the other side now. I forget that I can't go across here because I fenced it off, so now I've got to go around. Sorry. Or I could just do this and then put the fencing back. Big brain moment. It looks kind of stupid now, but it's fine. I'll fix it later. Yeah, it's amazing. I love handmade cards more than store-bought ones. I love whenever people draw on handmade cards, like regardless of what they feel like their drawing abilities are, like it's fun, even if it's literally just stick figures. I need one more giant clam. And of course, there are no other giant clams. Okay. If anybody has me added on the Switch and can mail me a singular giant clam, that would be amazing. In the meantime, though, I could also just sit and figure out what order I'm going to do these in and which villagers are going to be replaced with who. Okay. I'll pull up my list for that. So, okay, there's Chrissy's amiibo. I'm going to replace Flurry with Chrissy. And then, let's see, for some of the other ones... Or actually, taking that poll down, I'm going to do a different one so that way you guys can pick who I amiibo in next. I'll be lurking to study for my final in 30 minutes. You're completely fine. If you need to be total lurking the whole time, that's completely fine. Welcome in, Saturn. I hope you're doing good. And then, which other one could I put down? Okay. There we go. Wait, I just realized something. I think, yeah, Cookies was the only one that I didn't capitalize. I'm sorry, Cookie. I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings. Whoever we end up picking next based off of the poll results, I think I'll have them replace Lionel. Maybe there's a giant clam on the secret beach. That would be really helpful. Never mind, there's nothing down there. I choose Tiffany because that's my best friend's name. I feel like Tiffany, I mean this about the villager, not your friend, because I don't know anything about your friend, but I feel like Tiffany the villager would secretly be a Chapel Roan fan. I feel like she would deny it and she would like secretly love it. Imagine I was saying that about your friend, though, without having met them. I feel like that'd be awkward. Do I still have the beautiful ordnance on? I think that's why the flowers are growing. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really need another giant clam. I'm going back over them just to see if maybe I somehow missed something. What, maybe I could have Cap'n take me to a mystery island and maybe I could find one through there. That'd be smart. I mean, I have the miles that I can spare. Worth a try. Saturn, I know you're lurking now, but I know you've also heard my story about the M&Ms. Since you weren't here at first for it, these are how big the bags were. I'll leave that up there for a second because I don't know if you're looking or not. But they were full to the brim. My family and I have eaten most of them. There's only like that much left, but it was full. And we had several bags of these. Isn't that ridiculous? I love the silence in between songs. Okay. This makes me so mad. I get to this island with carrots, right? Will make sense in a second, especially if you're newer. I did Scavenger League, which was a competition created by Nintentalk here on YouTube. And one of my challenges that I had to do was go out and find carrots at a mystery island. And I went to several islands. And I could not find a single one with carrots in time. And then, of course, right now, I get one first try. The game is mocking me at this point. The cat wants to come in. Hold on. Hold on. Hey. Say hi to the people. I have an idea. She's defying gravity. I was gonna sing, but then I decided not to do that because Oh, she was under the desk. I was like, where'd she go? Oh, now she's in my lap. I love her. You can go to Nook Mile Islands. Not Nook Mile Islands. These mystery islands multiple times too, can't you? I mean, I probably should have tried that first setup. I don't know why I didn't think of that first and I thought of this, but whatever. But I feel like the other one is what you would think of first. So cute. Thank you. Okay, so far, Cookie and Gale are in the lead. They're tied. Interestingly enough, Julian doesn't have any votes. Happens once a day? Okay. Well, then that was a waste of time. Ew, he just said he wants to start a mayonnaise business. Gross. Speaking of mayonnaise, if you guys are getting something like a sandwich from somewhere or like a burger, like specifically like from a place and not made at home, do you ask for no mayo, like no mustard, or do you get both? Like, what's your deal on it? Because I feel like aside from tomatoes, mayo and mustard is apparently like a very common thing to be like, no, I don't want this or I don't like that. Personally, I don't always want the mustard. It depends on my mood, but like I don't mind it. It just really depends on the day. But I do like both. Poor Julian, nobody loves him. Julian's sad. He feels left out. I get no mustard. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's pretty 50-50. Speaking of, I don't really crave burgers that often just because like I'm picky about beef because of like texture issues. But right now, I'm not gonna lie, I would love a jalapeno cheeseburger from Whataburger. That would be delicious. I accidentally made my mom feel old last night because she and I were talking, and keeping in mind I'm the youngest of 3, I looked at her and I was like, yeah, your youngest is gonna be 24 next year. How do you feel about that? And she was like, don't talk about it. Hello, Helen, and hello, Classy, welcome in. As a Californian, we don't know what a Whataburger is. I heard they started expanding it to other places, but like it's mainly like a Texas thing. It's just another fast food joint. A lot of people also pronounce it like Whataburger, and it makes me mad because there's no R in it. It's Whataburger. Like it's like put together as one big word, but it's meant to be like a phrase, like what a burger, like a phrase you say it if it's really good. There is no water in it. It's not a water burger. It's Whataburger. Like I will rage over that any day. Hi Lexi in chat. How are you guys? Hello Orchid Angel. Welcome in. I'm good. Little cheeseburger from Five Guys sounds so good right now. I haven't tried Five Guys, but I have tried In-N-Out. I don't like In-N-Out's fries. They disgust me, which I feel like is very unfortunate as somebody that loves a good French fry. I do like their cheeseburgers and their vanilla shakes a lot. I've only heard of Whataburger because I have a friend who's originally from Texas. I don't really go there that often, but I do really like their jalapeno cheeseburger. So if you guys do get a chance to try it and you haven't, that's what I would personally recommend. Unless you don't like spicy stuff, then never mind. If you're just coming in and you're confused, I'm trying to go places to get one last giant clam for a shell bed that Chrissy wants. But why am I leaving? Well, fun question for everybody since I'm getting a tattoo in a couple of days. Well, not just a tattoo, it's just my 3rd one, but whatever. Getting a tattoo in a few days. If you guys, for some reason, like if somebody forced you right now to get a tattoo of anything referencing your favorite TV show, what specifically would it be? Like, it could be a cartoon, could be like one with actual people, just whatever one of your favorite shows is, which show would you choose for it to be from, and what specifically would you get tattoos? Sorry, I accidentally butchered the wording for that really badly, but I hope you get what I was trying to say. Because for me, 100%, aside from my supernatural tattoo that I'm gonna get, I would also probably get a Bob's Burgers one, I'm not gonna lie. Started playing Pocket Camp and now I'm hooked. I really liked it before the whole new version was made, and now like, I've seen a lot of people like it, and I feel like that's wonderful. I just don't know if I'm willing to like spend the money on the app, you know? Pokemon Gengar, lol. Hello, Sydney, welcome in. I feel like a Pokemon one would be good. In fact, if I got a Pokemon one, what would I get? I would have to have like some kind of like flames behind it or something to make it look extra cool. But I feel like an Annihilate tattoo would be really cool. That, or just like Clefairy or something. Please give me a giant clam. I'm literally begging you, Animal Crossing. I need just one. Just one, please. Supernatural tattoos in from a TV show? Yeah. Do you watch it? I don't think I buy the game either because I don't like the idea of wasting money on mobile games. I feel like it's definitely a controversial thing, not necessarily in like a, oh, it's super bad, or like, oh, I think it's fine kind of way. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of vastly differing opinions on it. I don't necessarily mind microtransactions in a game as long as it's not like all like the main stuff you do for whatever game it is. As long as like the main stuff is not paywalled, then I don't really mind it. But But I heard that for the new version of Pocket Camp, it's supposed to be like a one-time thing that you pay at the beginning, and then there's no microtransactions. Personally, I feel like though, for people that previously played, they should just get a free pass and just be able to download it and not pay for it. Oh my gosh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I also wanted to get another tattoo, and I want it to be a supernatural tattoo. What would you get? I'm just getting the anti-possession symbol. Your favorite TV show? My people! My people. I almost just started going on a tangent about a character that makes me mad in the show, but I feel like that's potentially spoilers for a lot of people watching, so I'm not going to do that. I didn't start watching it until 2019, so I was late on the bandwagon. It's okay. I have been watching, and this makes, I feel like I'm aging myself whenever I say it. I've been watching it for 10 years now. So I feel like I have a lot that I could relate to you, and like I could send you a lot of memes. If for some reason you were open to it and you really let me, I would flood your DMs with out of context clips and memes. I really would. I've never watched a single episode. It's on Netflix. I will say though, I didn't even really realize this until somebody pointed it out, but a handful of the songs that are featured in Netflix, like used for the show, they had to change some of them for like copyright reasons or something, which is interesting. Whereas if you buy like the DVD set and you watch that, it has, again, like the original songs. If that makes any sense. I really just like Chuck though. He's a character that I've heard a lot of like controversial opinions on. My mom and I love Supernatural, so I've been watching for a while. Slay. My mom knows nothing about Supernatural, even though I've yapped about it for years. It's about basically two brothers that are hunters, but not like animal hunters, like supernatural creature hunters. But like if you give it a chance, and if you were to watch like all of the seasons of it, it progressively gets like more and more intense, and like there's like higher and higher stakes essentially. But that's as far as I want to say, because I don't want to like ruin it for anybody that's potentially interested in watching. Can this game just please give me a giant clam? I feel like I'm gonna start spiraling. Yeah, exactly. Supernatural hunters. Is my stream lagging? It better not be, or I'm gonna start fighting it. There are 15 seasons, Sidef. There's a lot. I watch because of Jensen and Jared. Fun fact, my fiance is just barely taller than Jensen. Jensen, I believe, is 6'1", and Ben is 6'2". That, and then Jared, I believe, is 1 inch shorter than my dad. By any chance, Classy, have you seen The Walking Dead? It's okay if you haven't. You're to 6'4"? I thought so. Castiel is my favorite character, though. Castiel is also Ben's favorite character. I can only watch one show at a time. I don't understand people can watch multiple shows at once. For me, it's a matter of, like, I have, like, a handful of, like, my top favorite shows, and if you really, really, for some reason, like, force me to pick my absolute #1, it would be Supernatural. But depending on the day, I'm more fixated on one than the other. Like, right now, I'm very fixated on both Supernatural and Bob's Burgers. Like one episode, but it wasn't my cup of tea. Totally fine. It's not for everybody. Castiel's my favorite character too. LMAO, he's so cool. I've seen some of The Walking Dead. I have never seen like the last couple of seasons, but I've seen like most of them. Can this game just please give me a giant clam? Please? I said please! I've seen Orphan Black. I have not. Can you try to summarize it without like major spoilers? If I had to pick between Dean and Sam, I would pick Dean. I'm the opposite. I would pick Sam. like some kind of, it wasn't like a professional social experiment per se, but somebody did like a survey amongst siblings that both watched Supernatural. And apparently the overall results mainly showed that older siblings tend to like Dean more and younger siblings tend to like Sam more. Now, I'm the youngest of 3, and my 2 older sisters, as far as I'm aware, both like, not Sam, both like Dean, and I like Sam. So the results have proven themselves to be true already. Here, classy, you can have an M&M because you stand Supernatural. I gave everybody else some earlier, but only if they liked the stream. This game is really testing my patience. I've got to be able to get some villagers in today. Like, come on now. Get with the program, besties. Makes sense to me now since I'm the older sibling. See, I don't know what it is about it. Nobody understands why, but it's a really common pattern, apparently. It never ceases to make me laugh, though, because, you know, Jared playing Sam, he literally, right before Supernatural, was just in Gilmore Girls playing a character named Dean, and then he goes into a new show where his brother's name is Dean. That, and then, fun fact, you know what I learned? Originally, whenever they were casting the characters for Supernatural, like right before like it was really gonna be filmed and everything, they almost had it backwards, where Jared was gonna be Dean, and then Jensen was gonna be Sam, and then they switched it like at the last moment, and I feel like that was the smartest choice they could have made. I feel like if it was the other way around, I feel like the show would not have done remotely as well, if I'm being honest. Like, they suit their characters very well. I'm gonna go for now with my back later. No worries, Nuggy, thank you for being here, I appreciate you. Series focuses on Sarah Manning, one of the several genetically identical human clones, and later on some of the other clones. You've got my interest. I'll have to go and like watch a trailer of some sort later because I want to see now. Which I can't have M&Ms because I'm dairy free, I'm sorry. What could I give you then? The only other things on my desk is a bottle of water, some Vicks nose spray from when I was sick a long time ago. I've got tinted chapstick, some scrunchies, and some crystals. Which one would you like? None of those are edible, I'm sorry. I'm losing my patience with this game. Where are the giant clams? I've been binging Bob's Burgers over the weekend and I'm halfway through season 3. Isn't it so funny? I love it so much. I love Gilmore Girls. I've never actually seen it. I just know that Jared was in it. It's okay, no worries. What kind of M&M? They're just plain M&Ms. They're wedding themed ones. I'll eat the crystal. Which one? Do you want the green aventurine, the pyrite, the citrine, the clear quartz, or the labradorite? Also, Shiver, if you have the spare time, is there any way you can check and see if there's a spare giant clam you can give me? Because I feel like I'm losing my mind trying to get this giant clam. It's like, really, I don't know any of those characters. Hello, welcome to the stream. I have no idea how to pronounce your username because I do not know that language. But welcome in. I love how after I said that, Shiver, I see you get online in the corner of my screen. I don't think the stream picks that up, but I saw it on my other monitor. One of my friends has a personal message from Misha who played Castiel. I would die on the spot, honestly. Of the pretzel M&Ms? Me too, and I think they discontinued them because I can never find them anymore and it makes me mad. Are you Taylor Swift or are you Slay? I guess I'm Slay. My older sisters are both Swifties. I'm not necessarily, however, I'm not a hater. I am not a hater by any means. I think she's beautiful, and I think that she has a lot of talent. Her music is just not personally my jam, but I'm not a hater. In fact, I just know miscellaneous information about her and her songs because of my older sisters subjecting me to a lot of it growing up. She Had Me and one other girl listened to it. I think they just wrapped up the Creation Entertainment Contour thing. They're doing it again next year though. And I saw that like one of the packages that you can buy is you can meet Misha Collins either in his normal outfit or in his Castiel outfit. And I just feel like I would have to buy the Castiel one if I did that, because I just feel like that would feel so special, because it would feel like you're meeting Cass. I'm not Swifty. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were, but either way, there's that information. I get text messages from Misha personally though. Ever since Supernatural ended, he reached out to all the fans and asked for any of our numbers. So I gave him mine. So nice. He sends me a birthday message every year since then. I might have to, if it's still like an available thing that people can do, low key, I might have to DM you somewhere to ask about that. If you're okay with DMs, of course. No worries if not. Like your thumbnail, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm back from dinner. Welcome back. What did you say you were having though? Because if you said it already, I didn't see. There, never mind. Beef stroganoff. I haven't had that in a very long time. I'm not sure if it's still up or not. That's okay if it's not. I think that is really cool though. I've always loved how like genuinely like appreciative the cast is of the fans, and how like much they'd like to communicate, make sure that they like really pay attention to them and what they have to say at meet and greets. I don't know if you've ever watched any of the videos, but they are very attentive and like you can tell. It was very good. I'm glad. I was in San Diego and San Francisco in November, and I saw the pretzel M&Ms in a CVS in San Diego, and I regret not getting more than one. Honestly, I might look them up on Amazon and see if you can buy them through there, but if they're fully discontinued, then what if the Amazon ones are expired? I must put my clothes away. No worries. Okay. Oh, by the way, I'm not bald. My hair is in a ponytail. just in case anybody thought I was bald. If I don't do it now, I won't get it done. Honestly, even if you don't get it done, that's also valid. Just remember, friends, as long as you know which piles are the clean ones and which piles are the dirty ones, that's what matters. Hi everyone, hello Amara, welcome in. We were actually just talking about Supernatural. Amara is one of the character names, so that was very cool to me. Welcome in, friend. I hope that wasn't weird. Nightbot is an artificial intelligence. I guess in a sense it is. I feel like that is a slippery slope of a topic though with AI stuff, because I've got opinions on it and I don't want to start any arguments. But technically speaking, yeah, I guess the Streamlabs bot and Nightbot are both probably considered some type of an AI. You know, it's a good show, Dexter, but unfortunately they ruined the series finally. I've never seen it. And you know what show I haven't seen in forever? Is Sherlock. Is it even available anymore? My son and daughter love that show. I love that. Do they ever make any references about your name being Amara or no? I don't know if they would though, because I know sometimes people don't like when their children call them their first names. Sometimes I call my mom by her first name and she doesn't get mad or anything. Or thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the community. Sometimes like as a joke, I call my mom her first name and she just looks at me like this. Like, she doesn't get mad. She just, like, is like, why are you calling me that? Oh. I just left for a flight. Thank you, Amara. My mod Shiver just sent me one, actually, but thank you so much for offering. I've got to get back to the island, though. I literally just left, like, a second before you sent that, Shiver. Thank you, though. And it looks like Cookie is winning by far. I don't think the other results are going to catch up, so I'm just going to go ahead and end that poll. Just leaving immediately. Not a problem. I really do appreciate it though. Do you like Supernatural too, or do your kids just like it? Going to eat supper, but have a good stream. No worries. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Also, hey, you guys, if you haven't already, go subscribe to Classy Cozy Gamer. I think Meg's already pulled up the link, but I'm gonna do it again just because I feel like it. There we go. I only call my mom and dad their first name if I'm introducing them to people. I say mom, but also a lot of the time I habitually call her mama. Like, especially like if I'm in one room and she's on the opposite side of the house and like I'm trying to get her attention for whatever reason and I feel like I have to yell, there's a very good chance that I'm gonna yell, mama, like that, but like a lot louder. Occasionally though, I'll call her by her name. That, and then for a brief time when I was younger, her name in my phone was Birth Giver. That was an interesting time. Speaking of, she just got home. I heard the garage. And I know none of you asked, but yes, I did remember to take the trash out before she got here. I like you even more now that I know you love Supernatural. Stop. I love you too. That's not what you said, but you get the vibe. You get the energy. We're the Supernatural family. Did you hire a Nightbot? Well, it's a free thing that you can use. I integrated it into my streams a really long time ago. I will give Supernatural a chance and start to watch it. I will say, the show originally started in 2005, so it's not like the most HD thing in the entire world initially. I would say before you like solidly decide on your opinion on it, I would say if you're open to it, to watch like at least like a couple of episodes before you decide on it. I say that to a lot of people about any given show that I recommend, just because I don't know if anybody's gonna agree with me on this, but I feel like it's really common that the pilot episode isn't always as interesting to watch. And I say that even about my own favorite shows. I feel like a lot of times the pilot's literally just to explain the plot and like help you to get to know it, but like it's not always like the best. Does that make sense? Or is that like a very unpopular opinion to you guys? After the stream, of course. Oh yeah, totally. Athena wants to chat. Hello, Athena, welcome. When I watch a show, I watch 8 episodes and decide if I want to continue. I do the same thing. Like at the bare minimum, I like to watch at least like a handful, just because of how common it is that like the pilot isn't going to be somebody's favorite. The pilot, however, for Supernatural, in my opinion, is kind of iconic because of a certain line that gets said, but I don't want to spoil that line because that would ruin it. Like that would ruin a very key point of the show, so I'm not going to do that. Speaking of, I actually have something I need to text my mom really fast. Did I get some of the M&M on my shirt? No, okay. That was a piece of fuzz. Never mind. Okay. Sorry, I had to text her about something important. She has a company coming over. I needed to ask her about something. Do you hire Streamlabs and Nightbot to sponsor you? They're not sponsoring me. They're just bots that I integrated into my chat. I used the program called Streamlabs to be able to live stream, and it just comes with a bot that you can use, like a free version, and then I also use Nightbot. They function slightly differently. 2005, I was 16. Time flies. Depending on the month, was like 4. Yeah, exactly. I use the free versions of them. Technically, there's paid versions from what I'm aware of, but I don't really have a need for it. So I have that saved. need to time travel by a couple of days. And then I believe we said we were gonna get Cookie next, right? I feel so old now. I'm sorry. They're really annoying though. I'm sorry if that's annoying, but I do ultimately need to use them because they do help me in a lot of ways. Similarly to how my moderators help me, there's a lot of things that they do, and there's a lot of things that the bots themselves do. Especially if there's days where my mods can't be here, the bots ultimately help to do like basic functions in the chat. I'm gonna go just by a couple of days because I wasn't paying attention to how many it should be. Because first of all, Lionel has to move out and then Chrissy has to move fully in. Yeah, exactly. One time Nightbot spammed too much. Sometimes if somebody's settings are a little bit off, they can be a little spammy, but ultimately bots are really important. Like for an example of that, this was like forever ago on my channel, and I believe this person goes by Grayson now. So Grayson was in my chat, and Nightbot, like the settings were all wonky and really needed to be fixed, and Nightbot ended up tabbing them out for like 10 minutes, I think. It was ridiculous. I felt so bad about it. Take away the and. Oh, did you not mean to put that at the end? Okay. I've done that too. Have you guys ever been typing specifically on a smartphone? Because it's like a really specific experience. I'll be trying to type something. I'll be like, blah, 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 put my sentence. And then like it thinks I'm trying to say one more word at the end and I'm not. And so I click space so it goes away and then it adds the word anyways. And it does that repetitively. It makes me so mad. I miss Grayson. I miss Grayson too. I really hope we're thinking about the same person, by the way, which we are. Do you know Grayson's new pronouns? Because I know that there was a name change, but I didn't know like regarding pronouns. I'm taking my envious sci final right now, and this dude didn't even proofread his exam? I feel like that should be a penalty for a teacher. Honestly. Wait a second. Why is it that I have 4 giant clams if it said that I needed 5? If I was reading that recipe wrong this whole time, I'm gonna be so embarrassed. Either, if I remember correctly, I haven't spoken to them in a while. Gotcha, okay. I'll have to double check at some point then. Genuinely, I'm gonna be horrified if I got that wrong looking at it. Wait, so I made the shell bed from before, but how do I still have that many giant clams then? Oh, because you gave me 5. I was like, I thought that you gave me 1. I wasn't fully paying attention. I was like, wait, what? Like, I felt like I had just finally lost it, I guess. There are literally repeat answers. I remember one time, I don't know if I've ever told this story. There was a time I was taking a couple of online classes for college, and one of the classes was just, you know, your standard math class, and we had it set up where like if the professor called on someone, he was like, hey, like, you know, do your part of the participation, or what do you think the answer is? Like, you know, show your work or whatever. The way that we had that set up was a student could have permissions turned on to start drawing, and they would draw on the board so that way everybody could see what kind of work they did and how they thought something needed to be solved. And this one girl one day, while the professor was talking, takes her drawing tool and just starts drawing like doodles of all sorts all over the board. And our professor didn't even notice for like 10 minutes. Chrissy gives us something easier this time. I'm gonna get Cookie now. Hopefully Cookie makes it simpler. Because if she doesn't, we might have to fight her. But and then for that same math class, I had a group chat with some of the other students, And because the teacher was very insistent on calling upon people that did not like digitally have their hand raised or whatever, and then like would force you to talk over the mic, we had a group chat where we would low-key share answers with each other. Just so that way there was less pressure amongst everybody. I'm sure teachers and professors alike have got reasons for calling upon people like that, but it doesn't make me any less uncomfortable. Like, especially if it's like an in-person class, if I genuinely look that clueless, why are you calling me? I clearly don't know. Like, I feel like you're just trying to embarrass me at this point. I had one teacher who made us do 1 page for each question, but it was hard sometimes when I can't make the question on the page 1 page long. Have you ever like had some kind of assignment for school at any point where you had to write some kind of an essay or just some paper for something, and then the one thing you're really struggling with is like the first sentence and then the last sentence? Because I feel like once I get into an essay and like I've gotten past the first part, like the body of the essay is very easy for me. I get really into it, but the first part and the last part, total pain. You're joking. I better not need 5 giant clams for this. I keep forgetting I have to learn the recipes first. I'm just convinced sometimes that I already have them. Excuse me. Okay, no, it's something easier. I just have to get sand dollars. I was gonna say, if I had to get a bunch of giant clams again. Cookie really wants to be a mermaid. Cookie and Chrissy both just want to be a pain, is what they want to do. They are conspiring with each other. Pretty sure it just, I didn't mean to pick that one up. Pretty sure it just said like 5 sand dollars. By the way, if you have not already done so, I would really appreciate it if you could like the live stream. Liking the stream is completely free and a super easy way to support me. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I appreciate you. You know how I said my mom had company over? She's talking to them in a different part of the house and I can hear, but I thought she was trying to talk to me. So I was like trying to listen for him. I was like, is she calling me? Probably the most complex recipes are when the lazy villagers give out the recipe for carp on board. You have to fish for a carp in order to make the furniture. I feel like not the carp one, but you know the version of like just like the normal cutting board? I feel like that DIY recipe is very sought after a lot of the time. Both on treasure islands and just in general with finding it. BRB, you're good, Negs. Watch, you know, I found like 20 giant clams. Honestly, I would not be surprised. Okay, I have plenty now. And what did the recipe call for again? Oh no, I need one more. One more. There we go. By the way, can you guys hear my mom and her friend or no? Just curious if the mic is somehow picking it up or not. I mean, what am I doing? I'm supposed to go to the crafting table. I'm surprised you haven't done a supernatural themed island. I've thought about it. And I've planned out hypothetical details for it. I just haven't actually done it. In the future, I realistically will at some point, but not quite yet. My main issue is because there's so many seasons, which I'm not complaining because the more seasons, the better to me because I love that show. I would have to pick a particular season and base it on that because there's just so much content overall that there's no way I could cram all of that into one island. Hello, Crazy, welcome in. Thank you for being a member for 30 months. I appreciate you. How are you? And also, how are the cows, by the way? I feel like I haven't asked in a while. And that reminds me, I think I have more memberships that I can give out. Yeah, okay, so there we go. Congratulations to whoever gets them. I'm waiting for it to load so I can see who gets them. 30 months, it's a long time. I know. I also thank you. Congratulations to Def, Rachel, Astra, Cozy Moi, Stephen Lund. Is that everybody? Yes, I believe so. Congratulations, everyone. I'm good. The cows are great, but annoying. Do they still kick you sometimes or no? Because I feel like you told me once that one of them had you like between their back legs and then like a fence. Oh, by the way, remember, if you become a member, please be sure to connect your YouTube channel to your Discord account. So that way, if and when you decide to join my Discord server, the bot can give you the role automatically. And now I have to save and time travel. You know how I said a little bit ago I was texting my mom because it was important? I swear that feels like it was 2 minutes ago. Apparently it's already been 13. Time flies whenever you stream, I swear. And thank you, Carisi. That was so nice of you. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hearts for you in the chat. And congratulations to Alan for your gifted membership. I don't think he's here right now, but YouTube does send out notifications whenever you receive them. So like he'll find out either way. Either way, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was trying to type hearts for you and then the little clicky thing didn't show up in the chat like it was supposed to. My bad. There we go. Now I've done it correctly. Everybody send hearts in chat or you smell like farts. And you don't want to smell like farts, do you? I don't think so. I'd like to hope not. I'll be a little concerned if you want to. See, Sedef doesn't smell like farts. Sedef smells like roses. Shiver also smells like roses. I keep getting paranoid that you guys can hear me chewing. I just wanted a little snack. Nobody's said anything yet though, so I'm assuming you can't hear. I think I've asked a few times and I don't think anybody said anything. I'm only eating one at a time though, because I feel like if I ate multiple, it would be very loud. I wonder which song on the playlist this is right now, by the way. Okay. That one is called Fantasy Island. What are you eating? The M&Ms. But like they're like technically kind of crunchy because they've got like the hard shell on the outside, but it's not like outrageously crunchy. Like it's not as bad as something like a handful of Doritos or something, or even just one Dorito would be really loud. You know what, while we're at it, just because this is a very fun week, this is my first like full like solid week back to a consistent schedule after all the chaos that I had. Just for giggles, I'm gonna gift out the other 5 right now. Congratulations to whoever they get to. I'm waiting to see who it is so I can say it properly. Okay, congratulations to it, Nan the Noob. Congratulations to it, Sari Fairy Crochet, Maze Room, Guardian Gaming, and Money Penny. Congratulations. Hope you guys enjoy your emotes. I know a lot of you probably aren't here right now, which is okay, but I'm gonna say this one more time just in case, especially if you pop in because you saw a notification. Be sure to connect your YouTube channel to your Discord accounts. That way, if and when you decide to join my Discord server, the bot can give you the role. We have it set up with the bot just because, honestly, it's easier because then it automatically like takes it away if somebody ends their membership, and it makes it easier to keep track of for the mods and I. Congratulations to everyone who won a membership. Absolutely. I love that YouTube did that. I can't technically get revenue from those, but like it's fine. I don't even care. Like it's just, I love it for the purpose of being able to give other people an opportunity to try out having a membership. And I feel like that's what it was for anyways. I have Ferrero Rochers in the fridge so they don't melt. I remember I used to always think that those were like the fanciest thing ever when I was younger. Like I thought they were like the nicest chocolates you could ever buy. Hello, Nan the Noob, welcome in. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? By the way, I see your icon. I think it says Sugary Carousel on it. I follow that same artist, and for the last batch of plushies, so from series 2, I got some of those. Ferrero Rocher sounds good now. It kind of does, but I feel like I would only be able to eat a few because I feel like those are like a lot more rich than these are. Today I broke an almost full bottle of very expensive tequila at work. I haven't had to work with alcohol specifically anywhere with work, but what happens like if you did, like if you hypothetically did break that, like what would be the protocol from there? Like would that be like taken out of your paycheck or what? Hey Lexi, it's Caitlin. I got an email about my gift. Thank you. Of course, you're welcome. How are you? Yes, I've missed y'all. Yes, I love Sugary Carousel. My favorite are all the cows. I don't know if you saw the series 2 plushies, but I got Cinnabunny and I got Jelly Bean the Dragon. They look fancy. They do look fancy. Welcome in, Nan and Caitlin. Congrats on winning. Absolutely. I will never get over how delicious the Animal Crossing food looks. Like, I just know that donut tastes delicious. Thankfully, Cookie is giving us something easier this time. A log stool is very basic and easy to make. Let me just double check what kind of wood it needs though, which I'm pretty sure is hardwood, but I could be wrong. Okay, yeah, it's hardwood. Okay, BRB Cookie. Oh yeah, I paid for it. LOL, it was expensive as hell. I'm so sorry. I feel like if that was me, I would honestly just cry on the spot. That, and I feel like I would leave and then just never show my face again. I'm so sorry. I'm doing good. Amazing news. I possibly might get into my dream college. How are you doing? That's amazing. I hope you do, Caitlin. I really hope you do. That would be wonderful. I'm happy for you. And I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Past year was kind of rough, but we are doing better and we're vibing a lot more, so we're good. Don't worry. Cinnabunny and the Dragon are great choices. I also like Sugary Carousel's Chronic Mental Illness Representation series. I love that too. And I love that there's a lot of them that, like, there's like a variety of ones represented. I liked Jelly Bean the Dragon because that one was the Disability Pride Dragon. Rooting for you, Guardian Gaming. Me too. I have to replace my car. That sounds like it could be expensive. I am so sorry. I hope that you can find a good deal on whatever it is that you have to end up getting to replace it with, because that kind of stuff is usually not cheap. I'm very sorry. I hope that's a stress-free and affordable process. It's good to hear you've been doing better. You deserve all the happiness and good life has to offer you. Stop. That was so sweet. Thank you. Here, it's a virtual hug, so I hope you don't mind. There. It's Jelly Bean the Dragon was such a fun design. I loved that one a lot. Thanks, y'all. It'll be very far from home, but amazing campus. I hope that you're able to get comfortable and everything. I hope everything goes good. I say that like that because I know sometimes like that can be a bit of like an anxious process sometimes. So I hope everything goes well for you. I really do. Not Cookie giving me a maid dress. Cookie, what are you trying to tell me here? Thank you, Lexi. You're welcome. Here. I've been giving these out throughout the stream, but wedding M&Ms. Trying to eat them so we can get rid of them. That too, that's another thing. I hope you like all your professors. I had one once that was like very, like incredibly laid back. I believe this was for my English class. I just remember one day, I don't remember what the context was. I just know that it was like, my day was bad enough to just not wanting to be there. So in the middle of the lesson, I literally just like put all my stuff in the bag and I just like up and left. I was like, peace, bye. And I left and didn't come back. She really didn't care though. She was just like, okay, bye. Okay, that was kind of sus. I know. What is she trying to tell us here? Thank you, Sedef. My professor for my NV Science online class this semester is my arch nemesis. If you had to describe them, like, and describe their vibe via comparing them to an Animal Crossing villager, who would you compare them to? In high school, I had a substitute teacher who liked Santa Claus. I remember this was specifically in middle school, and this teacher was such a vibe in like a good way. He would only wear Hawaiian shirts, and whenever we were like having lunches, we had it like, except it was like A lunch, B lunch, C lunch, and so on. And every time there was some kind of a lunch going on, I time traveled, right? I think so. Did I? I think so, okay. He would walk around in these Hawaiian shirts, and he would only drink any kind of drink out of a big mason jar with a big, colorful, curly straw and a tiny umbrella. Hopkins based on personal bias. Because I know how much you love Hopkins. I know how much he's your favorite. Looking like I might have to go to Auckland to get a newer car. That is 1.5 hour drive each way. That sounds very frustrating. I would probably, at that point, just rip my hair out of my skull and make a sweater out of it. I am so sorry. I hope you're able to get it done smoothly. And what substitute that looks like Jim Carrey? It's not about Jim Carrey, but I was trying to think of something else. So again, not him, but who is this? I'm not comparing people, but for some reason that reminded me of something. Just give me a second, it'll come back to me. I'm double checking who I'm thinking of because I don't want to like say this and then completely be thinking of the wrong person because I'll be really embarrassed. Okay. I believe this is who I'm thinking of. Somebody said that Jimmy Kimmel, whenever he's like fully shaved, like no facial hair whatsoever, looks like every member of iCarly morphed together. And I kind of see it. I hate Hopkins. No, you love Hopkins. I forget that we have this command sometimes. It doesn't get used very much. But like, I like it anyways. So I like the fencing emoji, especially on iPhone. It looks really silly. Zipper is Hopkins' dad and you can't tell me otherwise. Honestly, makes sense to me. Zipper T, Bunny, and Hopkins are the devils on my shoulders. It's like one here and one here. Which sides would they be on? My name is the Flipping Mimic. I don't know what that's from. I feel like that's a reference, but either way, hello, Homestuck Lover. Welcome in. I feel like Castiel from Supernatural, every time one of you makes like a reference to something, or if like your username is a reference to something and I don't know what the thing is, because not a spoiler, but he says, I don't understand that reference as one of his lines. I don't like or dislike Hopkins. He just exists to me. Kyrie, see, I don't think you were here for it, but the other day well, yesterday actually, I was streaming Animal Crossing and I was saying that I feel like both Marcel and then Chester are both like very underrated villagers. They always change shoulders because I'm swatting them off like flies. Working my own as well, so I'm lurking. No worries, you're good. I gotta go, sorry. That's all right, Megs, you're fine. Thank you for being here though and for modding, I appreciate you. Okay, cool. This is another thing that I already have. Not in my possession, but crafted. I can make that. Everyone should hate Hopkins. He is a terror and a fiend. I don't like love him, but I feel like he's very cute, at least in my opinion. You know what's another villager that I feel like is very underrated? Is Poncho. Poncho is very cute too. I don't know why I'm going all the way this far down. I just like Raymond. I like don't love Raymond, but I also like don't like hate him. I'm just like kind of neutral. These beady eyes are see straight through me. I feel that way about Judy. Judy's eyes make me uncomfortable. I love Gale. Gale is actually a villager that I was considering not autofilling, amiiboing in at some point. She's like in like the group of amiibo cards that I set out. I really love Poncho. I love Poncho. I'm glad we have some Poncho lovers in chat. I also feel like Blue Bear, honestly, a lot of the bear cubs in general are very cute and don't get enough love, except Vladimir. Vladimir can leave me alone. Blue Bear, however, can get all the love. I'd love to have Poncho on my island. Poncho is just so sweet. I feel like he's been around for a while too. Maybe not necessarily since the beginning of the game. I'm not sure about that. Like from like the beginning of the franchise, I should have said. But I feel like he's been around for a good majority of the games. Watch me be wrong. No, well, now I'm gonna look that up too. Oh, I guess. Oh, wait, no, okay. I was reading it and then it said like the poncho, like the clothing item. I'm talking about the villager besties. Okay, I found the Nookopedia for the villager. Apparently, it goes all the way back to the OG version, which I believe is pronounced, don't roast me for this, but I believe it's pronounced Tabutsu no Mori, I think. I probably said that kind of wrong, but whatever, you get the point. Basically, the very, very, very early OG Animal Crossing. I had Raymond on Theramore until he started being mean to Chester. By the way, what's your current island theme? I like that Raymond has different eye colors and a lot of people with 2 different eye colors feel represented. I love that too. The only reason I don't like obsess over him per se is I feel like a lot of the hype about him made me feel like burnt out, if that makes sense. So I feel like whenever New Horizons for the first year and a half, like a lot of people were fiending over Raymond and it made me lose interest. I don't really get why, but it did. I think you're correct. I hope so, because I don't wanna say that wrong and come off rude. because he had no amiibo, so people wanted him more. Speaking of, they ended up making him one eventually, right? I don't think you guys heard that, but I just popped my lower back so good. That felt really nice. Obviously, we need to get rid of Prince. I'm gonna have her trade places with Prince. How much island? There is 8 of them? Whichever one, okay, whichever one that you last worked on. Tell me about that one. Also, that wasn't me judging, by the way, in case it looked like I was judging. I was just very surprised. But I am not judging because I'm not a hater. Oh, he has one now? Okay. I was gonna say, like, I guess I get it if they didn't have one at first because he was a new villager, but, like, I feel like after that level of hype, you've got to make an amiibo for that villager. I don't know why I'm running like this. I need to save and time travel. Does anybody else here like repetitively like crack their knuckles or any of their joints? Because I feel like I shouldn't do it as much as I do. I've just had the biggest habit of it for years, and I feel like I can't stop. I have Evergrove, which is my forever island and has no set theme. I tried to do that, and I feel like I failed. I wanted so badly to stick to it, though, but I just feel like I realistically can't. Like, I'm just constantly having the urge to reset. Speaking of resetting and islands and themes and whatnot, not going into what it is yet so we can stay a surprise, but my next one will probably take me a good while because I want to put a lot of detail into it. I can only pop one of my angles, so I do it obsessively. My mom told me I needed to stop doing this because she said it was going to be really bad for me. Also, I don't remember if I time traveled fully. I don't think I did. But especially if I'm like laying down, I can like, I'm not gonna put my feet on the screen because no free feet. But like if you imagine my toes like bending like that, they make crunchy noises. Like, you know, whenever you can tell that somebody's cartilage is damaged and it makes like a crunchy kind of sound, my toes sound like that. And I don't know why. Otherwise, I just habitually pop my knuckles a lot. I can pop my wrists and then I can like twist my back sometimes and pop it. The aggressive pointing. Well, I had to make sure nobody was gonna ask because not only do I not want to do that in the first place, but even if I did, it wouldn't be free. Here, I'm gonna see, can you hear my wrists at all? How loud is that? And repeated the same question for the 4th time. If you know the correct answer to it, then maybe you can just get better points on it. Wait, really? You didn't hear it? I feel like it's pretty loud. I thought maybe you'd hear it. What this? And then it didn't pop that time, but my left hand did once. Maybe you heard that one. Oh, the other thing with my joints, that same crunchy noise that I described with my feet, sometimes when I lay down, my hip might make that noise, and sometimes if I attempt to do a workout and I squat, my knees make that noise. I don't know why. It's like not like a popping noise, but I mean like a crunchy noise, like a crunchy cartilage noise. And I feel like it means that there's probably something wrong with my body, but like I'm not sure. I don't want to psych myself out over it for no reason. Look, they were too lazy. It kind of does. Even if I failed this exam, I'd still have an 80 in this class, but I do not care so much. I mean, I wouldn't stress over it too much, to be honest. Obviously, like, still do the best you can, but, like, Yeah, I wouldn't stress either. The next filter I'm gonna replace is Fleur. Actually, how much time do I have left? I'm good at these. As long as like I don't get any like crazy difficult recipes, I can probably make it work. I forgot I didn't even do a poll after I started inviting Cookie in. Well, now I feel like I need to do a poll, but like a faster one, because I'm not gonna have as much time. Hold on. Okay. Now I can type it. I've taken parts of Theramore and Tearsfall, the 2 islands I regretted resetting. Evergrove has the butterfly pond from Tearsfall. I have a couple of islands I really do wish that I actually finished, but for the most part, I don't mind the fact that I've reset. Like my island called Nightshade, I really regret resetting that one. Poll should pop up in a second. Who's Peaches going to replace? Peaches is going to replace Marina. Here. I'm going to just double check my OG paper. But yeah, Marina really wasn't on the paper. I just got her at one point because she was pink. So she like kind of fit the color palette idea for having mostly pink villagers. But I don't need her. So Peaches will replace Marina. Gale for the win. I learned a while back that for the win, literally, I always said it was for the win, but apparently it also stands for this. Like, pardon me, but apparently it does. And I think that was supposed to be the OG meaning of it. If you just now come into my stream, you're probably like seeing that. Too bad you don't have Peaches and Meepo. I don't, and I'm mad. I thought I did. Like, I was fully convinced I did at first. And yeah, there are a lot of pink filters, like in general, and then like with that. The same map as I got for Evergrove. Really? So yeah, you have to be careful with acronyms. It's the same thing with like, you know how there's certain words that have like more than one meaning? That's another thing you have to be careful with. Oh, we love a meditating queen. I got you. Miss it. I'm trying to give everybody a moment to vote before I do anything. Imagine Chrissy joined in. That would be so cute. I love whenever villagers do stuff like that. Gale is definitely in the lead. By far. She's a sweetie pie, though. We love her. Poor Julian not getting any love. Maybe I should just scrap my next island theme idea then, and then just make it Julian themed. I'll carve the entire map to look like his head. I feel like because it's, I mean, there's only 5 votes right now, but I feel like because Gale is such a landslide right now, I feel like it'll probably stay that way. What do you guys think? Gale is a fan favorite. I think I already read that, but even if I didn't, I look at that villager, or I thought I got a hair on my lip. I look at that villager and I'm always reminded of the Bob's Burgers character named Gale. Sorry. I can squeeze in one last villager, but like I can't leave that for too long just because I'm gonna run out of time, and I really need to end on time today. Just submitted 92%, easy work. Yay! I'm glad it went well. That's annoying though that it was being so repetitive. I feel like in a way, I feel like that might have made it easier, but I don't know. I'm not you and I didn't see what the test looked like. It would take a long time to do that type of terraforming. I feel like I would probably rage quit in the middle of it and then just reset the whole island. I couldn't vote for Julian out of principle. I have beef with him and I don't know why. It's okay, because I have beef with Mira. I have beef with like a handful of villagers, mainly Mira though. Mira and Agnes both I have beef with. On a different note, for the last poll of the night, don't worry, I'll be able to get this as long as like the DIY recipes aren't like ridiculously hard. I know that the cup noodle is unhealthy, but I don't care. I don't eat it every day. I promise. I know that's a lot of sodium. What's your beef with Mira? I have beef with Colton. I used to love him. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that said I have beef with Colin, and I was like, oh, what happened? But for the Mira beef, basically for my first ever island Mayfall, I had Mira on there, and for whatever reason, she took well over an actual year to move out, and it made me angry. I love the idea of that message Saturn out of context. Like imagine like somebody didn't know I was talking about ramen and they just say chicken with a bunch of hearts. Isn't a log chair the same thing as a log stool? Guess not. I have pots, so I love instant noodles as an easy way to get salt. I debated once if I thought that I had pots, but I really don't think that I do. I just like... sometimes I see stars whenever I stand up too fast, and I'll see it for like a good couple of seconds. That, and then I tend to get really like lightheaded and or kind of dizzy in the shower, especially if it's like on the hotter end. Which is probably just my own issue of needing to like be more careful when I get up and needing to be more careful with my water temperature. I have beef with Al. He has autofilled 3 times on one island. I know. You can tell I'm getting towards the end of the stream because like I'm getting like progressively more tired. But I wanted to read that as AI, but like I knew you meant Al because we're talking about villagers. I have beef with Bubbles. She wouldn't leave my first island. I got so frustrated I deleted the whole island and started again. This whole conversation reminds me of the time that I was trying to kick out Rory off of my island and he would not leave the entire stream. And I changed the thumbnail to be a picture of him with just some plain text, and it was saying that I had beef because he wouldn't leave. It might be POTS, but it could also just be your body is sensitive. And probably, I don't think that it is POTS, just because I feel like I would need more of like the symptoms for it to amount to that. I feel like it realistically is either my body is sensitive to something that I'm not being careful enough about, or I'm just not being careful enough in general. If anything, I feel like there's a solid chance I inherited whatever my mom originally had with her knees. And I say that because she's had 2 knee replacement surgeries now, so that's not an issue. But she had an issue with her knee cartilage where over time it wore down really, really bad and it got like painful to walk. Like so much so that she had to have like the whole joint taken out and fake ones put in. And like that same noise that her knees made is the same noise that some of my joints make sometimes. That's what I meant by the crunchy sound. Flip asked to leave my first ever island and I accidentally asked him to stay and then he would not leave, so he made me reset that island. That's something that I would do. Excuse me. I cannot wait until I have a dream address ready for this island. I want to show it to everybody in full so bad. I still got a bit of a ways to go, but made a lot of progress. I'm fine, by the way. I'm just leaning forward. If I look funny, I'm leaning forward to get some more air on my back. The sweater that I'm wearing is very insulating, and it's getting to be a little bit hot in the house. Sherbazon, I have beef with this villager because he showed up 9 times and 15 tickets when I was hunting for Chester. That happened to me once with a villager named Gladys, and it was very upsetting. It felt like Gladys was stalking me that day. I feel like she appeared like 7 or 8 times. That island is going to be a Game of Thrones theme island, but I love chicken. Excuse me, let me retry this. That island is going to be a Game of Thrones themed island, but I chickened out because I was still trying to figure out the game. I feel like, honestly, if there's still anybody out there that has never played Animal Crossing New Horizons yet and you do want to try it, I really would not push yourself to do any kind of a theme whatsoever at first. Just vibe with the game and take your time with it, because I feel like you're going to ruin it for yourself really fast if you either A, like overindulge in Treasure Islands right away, or B, if you just like obsess over themes. Like that, I feel like it's gonna be a surefire way to burn yourself out. I think that was my first Chester hunt, which was a 5-day hunt. I remember once there was somebody in my chat a long time ago whenever I was resetting my island, and they had been resetting their island for hours trying to get Kid Cat as a starter villager, and then I got him in like the first couple of tries. I think that person was so upset that they had like left the stream and then didn't come back. I'm happy Treasure Islands were not a thing in the beginning. I am too. I feel like since the game's been out for a long time now, like it's like whatever. And like I did start to use them eventually, but I didn't at first. I kind of like tried to refrain from it, at least for the most part, just because I feel like, again, if you do that too early on, especially if it's too much, you're gonna ruin it for yourself. I just use them a ton because I do like very specifically themed islands a lot of the time, and therefore I need like certain items. And it makes it a lot harder to do a really specific island theme if I'm trying to get all these DIYs and items completely on my own. I played enough vanilla at first. I'm sorry to immediately change the subject, but there was a word in that sentence that like triggered a memory for me, and I have to share it before it leaves my brain again, so I'm very sorry. Sorry for drastically changing the subject. But in yesterday's stream, I was talking about how Ellen DeGeneres had this like show segment, which by the way, I think her show was canceled like a while ago, whatever. But she had something on there where people could submit their funniest screenshots of autocorrect mistakes, and she would read them out loud, message by message. And I finally remembered what it was called. I couldn't remember it yesterday. It was called Clumsy Thumbsy. And the word vanilla is what triggered the memory, because one of the funny ones that I remember liking, I thought was hilarious, involved the word vanilla. I just don't want to say it here. Mainly because I don't remember most of the sentences. I just remember like the one thing for it. Anyways, thank you for sending that, because that reminded me of what the thing was called. I appreciate it. All right, these last 2 DIYs better be easy things. You need to make her a heart-shaped pond. For Gale? There already is a heart-shaped pond, but it's literally like right in front of the campsite. Like it's perfectly placed. Watch that be the wrong bench and she did not ask for that. That's gonna be embarrassing. By the way, please be sure to like the live stream if you have not already. It's completely free and a very easy way to support me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Or hold on, I'll like get up closer to it. It has like a deeper part at the top, but it's still heart-shaped. Why are you giving me a student cap, Gale? That's not as bad as whenever I was gifted the maid dress, though. Here, please be short, right? Yeah, please be short. If you're not short, you can't like the live stream. Speaking of that, so like comparing your own height to like other heights and y'all's opinions, like what do you consider like short, like just compared to your own height? Which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with being short, just like there's nothing wrong with being tall, because we're not being haters. Just I feel I need to specify that just to make sure. Good thing I'm 4'11". I'm 5'8". I feel like a skyscraper. Hello, Alan. Welcome in. I'm unfortunately towards the end of my live stream. It's not ending yet. I've got a little bit more to go, but I am getting towards the tail end of it. Oh, did not mean to go a month backwards. Oopsies. I'm 5'11", so you're just a couple of inches taller than me. 5'11" is how tall Ben was before he had his back surgery, and then after they fixed his back, he grew a couple of inches and went from 5'11" to 6'2", which is still, like, amazing to me. Me and my best friend's height is, like, Sabrina and Taylor next to each other. How tall are both of them? You know? Like, I know Taylor's really tall, I just don't know how tall exactly. Why did he have back surgery? He had scoliosis and it was really bad. Like if you can picture like, obviously like a healthy spine either being like completely straight or like only like slightly curved. His spine was so bad that it was in like an S shape, like a snake. And so they had to open up his back and not only like forcefully straighten out his spine, but then they had to put 2 titanium rods by his spine and then a bunch of screws to keep it straight. And so it forcefully made him get taller. Hello, Nick. Welcome in. 4'11", and then she is 5'10". That's like, it's not the exact same amount of inches, but that like feels similar to the height difference to Fairy Queens and I. Because I'm 5'8" and she is 4'10". I've seen that procedure done. Thankfully, he bounced back very, very well. It was just kind of a struggle recovering the first few months. But don't worry, that was years ago. That was when he was 17. And he's 24 now, so he's fine. His mom at the time had to work a lot to be able to help pay off the rest of the surgery. And so as a result, I would come home. I would come over as much as I could, and I would take care of him to help him recover so that way she could work. I swear, if it doesn't let me amiibo win a villager because of the event, I'm gonna lose it. The only thing that I wish they warned me about with the surgery, so, you know, like those like pillows that your face goes into when you lay down for a massage, like how has the hole in the middle for you to breathe? They had him laying down on one of those kinds of pillows so that way he could breathe, but he was face down like that for so long that all the extra blood flow to his face made his lips and like all of his features in general very swollen. Nobody told me that was gonna happen, and it startled me. He wasn't in pain or anything from it, but like it scared me. Would have been really nice if somebody warned me. That, and then I vividly remember after his surgery, the only things he asked for once he was awake and talking was me, a Rubik's Cube, and a Dr. Pepper. It feels like forever ago. I'm 10 months older than Taylor Swift. I am February 1989 and she is December 1989. I am, and remember friends, only talk about stuff like this if you are of age. You shouldn't do it if you're under the age of 18. With that said, for me, May 2001. And that's not like I'm revealing something super like secretive, because like if you do the math with my age and everything and my birthday, like you can figure it out pretty easily. I was 12 in 2001. I was 12 in 2013, or unless you want to like also talk about 2014. Technically, for part of 2014, I was 12, but then I turned 13 in May. So. Speaking of, when I was 13, that was when I got a pixie cut, and that was also whenever I first got my industrial. However, I had to get that re-pierced a few times because I didn't take care of it correctly the first few times. That, and also one of the times where like the first time I attempted to get it re-pierced, typically with any kind of piercing, they have to give you some kind of a verbal or like visual like warning that they're about to do that so that way you can know to stay still and cooperate. They didn't do that for me like they were supposed to. They just went for it, and it startled me so bad that I jumped and it like ripped some of my cartilage. Then I had to wait for that to heal and then get it re-pierced one more time. And thankfully after that, it healed perfectly. Like, it's so well healed now that I can sit there and like slap it or something and it doesn't hurt. In fact, actually, let me craft this first and then I'll show you guys. Just because I need to wrap this up. Don't mind me looking kind of silly with the headphones around my neck. Are you a Taurus? Yes. I was, based off of my due date, originally supposed to be a Gemini, and then I was born an entire month early to the day. Something that's cool is that I'm a Taurus sun, and then Ben is a Taurus rising. Oop, didn't mean to close out of that. Oopsies. Yeah, I'm just leaving these off now because I don't feel like wearing my headphones anymore. Where's the block chest? Excuse me. Hello? Oh. I expected it to be smaller for some reason. I'm an Aquarius and my mom is a Sagittarius. My dad is a Taurus and my sister and brother are Pisces. I'm a Taurus. My sisters are a Scorpio and a Leo. My mom is a Libra and my dad is a Sagittarius. I am also, like, if you like were to comb through like all like the sun signs, zodiac signs of my mom's family, I am the only earth sign in the family. That's a fun time. I say that in regards to like, for anybody out there that believes in like the astrological elements and details and whatnot. November or December Sagittarius? December. I'm trying to speed this up because I've got to go, Gail. Oh, while we're talking about that, my sister is a November Scorpio, and then my other sister is an August Leo. Now you just need Peaches, exactly. So as soon as I can get her, I don't have her amiibo, unfortunately, but I'm gonna try to get her from a Treasure Island. I use April Honey's Treasure Islands here and there. So I'm gonna see if I can get a hold of her at some point and like try to get Peaches on the island. Cause I did that before with Faith after the whole Faith Agnes disaster. And now that I've gotten that taken care of, before I forget, cause I wanted to show you guys my industrial piercing where it was on the just chatting screen so you could see better. Here. My ears are fine, by the way. Sometimes having the headphones on for a long time can make them a little red, but like I'm fine. Like I'm not hurt or something. But, like it's been fully healed for a really long time. Like I can mess with it like this and like smack it or something and it's fine. It's only red because of the headphones. I'm good. Anyways, I do need to go, so I don't think I'm gonna raid today or anything. I haven't raided a stream in a long time. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for coming to the live stream. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the things. If you are new here or if you did not see, there's a schedule command for my new schedule, and there is also here. While I'm at it, I'll do the Discord command. And with that said, I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time for another live stream. I have something that's also happening like a little bit before that, so like if I am kind of late starting, I am very sorry, but I will still be live regardless. So give me a little extra wiggle room, please. All right, now I've got to go. Bye, everybody.